Well, Snoop chimed in and he said the reason why Kanye would say stuff like this is because he doesn't have a black woman in his life.
You know that video he made was so funny? He goes, did you see Snoop Dogg goes, hey man, what time we supposed to show up to the cotton fields? What time you going? You going at 4? I'm going to go to 8. And he goes, you need a black girl so she can tell you to sit, she can just beat the shit out you. I think it might be kind of true, man. I mean, some of these brothers, you need a black woman to check you on that shit. Is all I'm saying. Sometimes you need a black woman to, you need to stick with your own culture to keep your mind right, man. Why you think Samuel Jackson don't say dumb shit? His wife black. Why you think Denzel Washington, his wife black? I mean, I'm being...
Yeah.
And plus, what's wrong with dating black women? Fuck, man. What's wrong with that? He's like, nothing.
Not a damn thing.
He's like, it's amazing. He's like, I think I like it. It's not that great. But I'm saying this. I'm going to say this to you, black women. Black women are the fucking best. You're number one. You're the most beautiful on the planet. Real talk. Okay, I got some white girls, but listen. But no, black women are the best. Because let me tell you why black women are the best. Latin men will think the same thing about Latin women. This is what I'm saying in this camera. You should think about your race too. But black women are always the most shit on, which is crazy because everybody copies black women. Black women set the trends for white girls, Spanish girls. They talk like black women when they're mad. If you notice, they always do this. Black women gave that to you. Huh? You want to wear braids? Black women gave that to you, right? You want your ass to be big? Black women gave that to you. You twerking? Black women gave that to you. Guess what? Everybody comes from black women. The fucking world comes from black women. The oldest found bone was a black woman. Black women are the trendsetters, too. Everybody wants to be Beyonce. Everybody wants to dance like Janet. Black women gave it to you, but yet they're the most disrespected. Black women spend $1.5 trillion on hair care products and are disrespected by Korean people. First of all, we need to take all that money and put it back into black people's pockets. Hey, can I name a company to you real quick?
Go ahead.
Watch this. Kinkastry.com, The Glamatory, and also brushwiththebest.com. These are 3 companies owned by black women. Kinkastry.com, The Glamatory, and Brush with the Best. These are black women owning their own shit is what I'm saying. Black women are the reasons why they give us confidence. And they're the prettiest because guess what? They come in all shades. You can get a woman that's damn near white that's black.
Well, I just want to, make one correction here because I actually looked it up while you were talking.
Yeah.
The number, you said a certain number.
I think it was 1.5 trillion, no?
Trillion. It's 2.6 billion gets spent on black hair care products.
That's a lot. Let me do that over there.
Trillion.
I thought it was 1.5 trillion.
Yeah, I mean, a trillion is 1,000 billion.
It's 1,000 billions.
Yeah.
You know how much weed black women like? That was almost a... So it's 2.6 billion, but that's still
billion. That's still a huge number.
Huge number.
And you know what's actually interesting? Also, is, speaking of hair, is on the Vlad Stocks page. I had put up this post where there's a company that you could buy some Gucci shoes by giving them $6 a day or something like that. You could basically finance Gucci
it's like
shoes.
An African child.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
$6 a day will give this child Gucci shoes. That's
Gucci
hilarious.
Shoes.
What's it called?
And, I don't know. It was some nonsense. I don't promote this kind of bullshit. But someone had actually pointed out, and I found these actual advertisements where you could actually finance hair. You could finance like a bundle.
But that's
now, and the joke in all this is imagine being the repo man for this particular situation. You didn't make a payment, so...
That's funny as shit. You'd be coming back for the hair, what's wrong? And they just snatch your wig off. You didn't pay your money. Had to take that shit. That's hilarious. That's
right.
But all that, you say, all that spending, why aren't black women getting the respect that they deserve? And also, media doesn't help it. And I'm not taking anything from those reality shows, but all they show is black women looking crazy, fighting each other, calling each other bitches and this, that. But there's no other show to balance it off. You feel me? There's no other show to balance that shit off. I'm like, I don't mind those kind of shows, but where's the show to balance it off? There's no more Claire Huxtables. There's no more.
Well, there's Blackish.
There's Blackish.
Which has won a lot of awards. A lot of
what else?
Emmys, I guess.
We need more. What else? Blackish is not on TV all the time. What else? See, you can't even think.
I can't even think.
See, white girls can do Housewives of the Mob Wives, but then the next, you turn to every channel, it's a British movie. There's queens and kings and doctors and police.
Yeah,
We're like this. On the next episode of Housewives of Atlanta. Bitch, I done told you, bitch. Bitch, 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 bitch,
Right.
bitch. Turn to the next channel. On the next episode of Housewives of Georgia. Bitch, bitch. On next Housewives of Kentucky. Bitch, ho, bitch, ho, ho. We don't have anything balancing off that. There's a room for everything, but we don't. Our portfolio is not diversified enough. It's what I'm saying, and they do that shit on purpose, and that's why black women are disrespected constantly, and we need to fucking stop that shit.
Okay, so I looked up a site called Ranker, which is the best current black TV shows.
Ranker?
Ranker, yeah, it's a website that just ranks stuff, based on people's, opinions and so forth.
Okay.
So on the list is Power.
Good show.
Right, but of course it's about a drug dealer.
Yeah.
And a gang.
Heart, I just want to. Okay, yeah, it's about a drug dealer. Go ahead.
Atlanta.
Okay, it's hood, but it's about a nerd's perspective in the hood, and it's kind of avant-garde because it's a little weird. Go ahead.
Yeah, but also about a drug dealer. I mean, the main guy is also a drug dealer.
Drugs, yeah.
Rapper, Doughboy, I guess.
Yeah.
The character Doughboy is a drug dealer.
Drug dealer, right? There's always one of those. Go ahead.
The Chi, which I haven't watched.
The Shy is good, and it's about some hood shit, but it's good.
And then, of course, in Blackish, like I mentioned.
Blackish.
Queen Sugar, which I haven't watched myself.
That's pretty good. I've watched a couple episodes. Looks pretty good. It's not about drug dealing.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Ava DuVernay.
Ava DuVernay, yeah, man. What
DuVernay,
else?
yeah. Insecure.
Oh, the good one.
Now that's a show that's not about some hood shit. That's actually
Dear White
about.
People's good too.
Dear White People is actually very good. I've
Dear
watched
White
both seasons.
People is about college
It's about college students, right?
But see, and it's a watchable show. And people, here's the thing I don't like, is when my white friends, I go, hey, did you see, they'll be like, hey, did you see Game of Thrones? I'm like, of course I saw Game of Thrones. Of course I watched it. Did you watch and all the white shit? I go, yeah, I love that. Sneaky Pete, yeah, I watch all it. Then I go, hey man, you watch Dear White People? No, I haven't seen it. I'm like, first of all, just because a show has all black people on it doesn't mean it's not for you. We're not some fucking, we're not a circus. Like, oh wow, let me watch this black show. What do you have, racist vision? What the fuck is wrong with you? It's like, black people, we're normal. It's okay to watch not you on the screen. It's okay to see us doing normal shit, going to school. It's like they can't get it in their head that they can, it's like, oh, that's a black show. I don't watch that. I watch so much white shit because it's just a show to me. But they need they need to have that same mentality,
I mean, and then the other ones are How to Get Away with Murder.
Yep, good one.
Greenleaf.
Yeah.
Being Mary Jane.
And they canceled that, which sucks.
They canceled that, right? And Empire.
And I can't do Empire anymore. I'm Lucius Lyon, and this is my empire.
Yeah, I stopped with that.
Terrence Howard sounds light-skinned. This is my empire. And it got a little weird. It got a little too erotic for me.
Yeah, there's too many gay love scenes. It's just I was just
every episode
over
was
it.
like, hey, what's up? I was like, oh, what happened to the music?
The show's creator is a gay black man,
which is fine, but I'm like, what's up with the tonguing? Everybody's tonguing. I'm just like this. What's up? How you feel? Whoa! What happened to the music?
Yeah.
How you doing?
But,
I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
Hey! What happened to the music?
But to be honest, all the shows that we've mentioned does not have nearly the impact of the Cosby Show.
At all.
At all.
At all. Cosby Show was such a relief, because here's the thing about the history of the Cosby Show. Cosby Show, at the time, there was a guy named Brandon Tartikoff. He was the president of NBC, and NBC was in third place. Before NBC became that giant with Seinfeld and Cheers and all, NBC was in third place. They pitched, they said, hey, there's this show about this black guy with a wife, and he has kids. He's a doctor, the wife's a lawyer, and they were like, well, we don't know if the people are going to believe that. That's how racist shit was in the 80s. But they said, let's take a chance. We're in third place. What could it hurt? Overnight, The Cosby Show took NBC to number one. You know, African Americans sold. And Cosby was so good, he was everybody's father. He transcended black father. He was just a father that cared about his kids, and it was just a life and times of a dad and his family. We have been barraged with white families, white problems, white moms, white dads. Brady Bunch, goddammit. Listen, Bobby, what did we tell you about that? I'm sorry, Dad. Leave It to Beaver, all of them. You know what I mean? We grew up watching white families deal with problems until like we had good times. Oh, baby, we got to solve this. You know what I mean?
And the Jeffersons.
Which was great to see a rich black man
family
call people honkies. That was hilarious. You know, he's
right.
like,
And I think that show had the first interracial couple with a black woman,
and a
white
dark-skinned black woman, and which was Lenny Kravitz's mother.
Mother, exactly, who was actually married to a white man in real life.
Who was actually married to a white man. So it was groundbreaking. That was Norman Lear, Jefferson's Sanford and Son, and it was groundbreaking shit. Which I wish they would bring that kind of shit back. Sanford and Son, that kind of humor, because the humor now is garbage. I don't know what the fuck. Everybody's tiptoeing around issues like it's bullshit.
Well, you know what's interesting is I actually interviewed John Amos. How important was it to have a role like that on television and knowing what kind of impact it had to black kids all around the world?
Well, it was important enough that it led to me taking some positions that didn't go well with the producers. I had two other children on the show, as you know, besides JJ. There was Bernadette Stanis who portrayed Thelma, my only daughter, and her aspirations were to become a surgeon. Ralph Carter, who portrayed Michael, the militant midget, we called him that because of his political activity. He aspired to become a Supreme Court justice. And I felt there was a tremendous amount of mileage and humor and comedy that could be gotten out of those two characters if we looked deeply into their aspirations and followed them. But the writers chose to put the emphasis on JJ in the chicken hat and him saying dynamite every 2 or 3 pages. Some people construed that as jealousy on my part. I wasn't jealous. I'm happy for anybody who can bring more comedy and more drama to a show and improve the quality of it. So that was my point in wanting to get more emphasis put on my other two children. I'd like to, knowing that a lot of kids were watching, I felt a certain responsibility as the father of the family to match the passion that Esther Roll, as the mother of the family, had in wanting to see her kids do well, all of her children do well. So that was a bone of contention with myself and the producers, and we never were able to resolve it.
Oh, is that, that's the part, because I met John Amos.
He got killed off at one point,
Yeah,
remember?
he got killed off. Damn. He said that JJ was buffooning so much, it became the JJ Show. Yeah. Because Jimmy Walker was a massive comedian in the 70s. He was huge. And Jay Leno and David Letterman wrote for him.
Oh, I did not know that.
He managed them both too. That's why Jimmy Walker would show up on Letterman's show. But Jimmy didn't have a movie out or nothing. He'd just be on the show because he gave them their first big jobs back in the 70s. Letterman, yeah. And so he was so big, JJ Dynamite was huge. And back in the day in sitcoms, you knew who was getting bigger by the applause. Whoever came into the door, like Family Matters. Remember Urkel took over? Mm-hmm. When Urkel came in, "Hey, Laura," everybody went crazy. "Laura." It was like that. So John Amos said, you know what? This is because Good Times was a spinoff of Maude. Okay, and the show was based around Esther Roll, the mother, and they were theater actors, her and John Amos and Bernadette Stannis, and then JJ comes, he's this comedian, and James spoke up for himself, and then all of a sudden, you know, that rebellious black man, and then Norman Lear called him and said, hey man, we're going to be renewed for another season, but you're not going to be on that. And so that's when he lost his job, because he spoke up for dignity.
Yep.
And it's
so there was another season of Good Times without the father?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
There was like 6 seasons. Oh yeah. And it was just Thelona, the next door neighbor. You know, the next door the neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that sang the theme song to the Jeffersons in real life.
Oh, okay.
Janet Dubois. Yeah, I know my shit, dude. When it comes to that shit, yeah. So that's what happened. They just used, it was a fatherless, because the father, he was a strong character. He was funny as hell. And it reminded me of my family, because I had a dad, had a mom. They were working hard, blah, blah, blah. But that's just an example of when, as an African American, when you speak up for yourself, try to find some dignity, they kind of curse you for that. Oh, you don't want a buffoon? And look at a lot of motherfuckers on TV now. A lot of these cats. I'm not saying all of them. There's some buffooning ass shit that goes on, and you get rewarded for that. And sometimes, if you don't want to be, hey, can I not be a coon? It's like they're like, oh God. Now he wants to have dignity. Good luck with that, you know?